Welcome into an exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Startz, coming to you live from Big Wood Brewery today. And I got my buddy Devon Sants with me. Devon, welcome back to the show, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you got some new music coming out, man. That's what we're here to talk about. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, Dear Mama came out to did a soft release today, but it comes out Friday. It's like the official release date, I suppose you could say.
Awesome.
Um, it's my first song I wrote on piano, and really the only instrumentation in there is piano and violin, so it's definitely different than my other stuff.
Raw
But it's a
guitar.
really heavy. Nope, nothing. Just those two.
That's
Um,
awesome, man. You record that with Tom again, too?
yep, over at Cottonwood Studio. Yep, we did all the tracking there, and we mixed and mastered it there. So.
Nice. So you on piano, who played the violin?
Benjamin LeMay. He's a friend of mine. He threw some violin down. He does his own project, which is called Shimmering Ferns.
Nice. Well, shout out to Benjamin, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He doesn't have social media, so it's kind of hard to tag him and stuff. But he did a great job, and I'm really proud of the work that we did on this.
Well, nice to know that he's at the around the studio and can do some work, man. I might have some work for him too. We'll put him on blast a little bit more after this one.
Yeah, he actually just threw down some stuff on some other new tracks that'll be coming on this album.
Killer. Yeah, that's kind of what happens to us, right? You find somebody similar to both of us. That's where I do all my recording at Cottonwood Studios. Once you find the people that work with you and vibe with you, like, why go out looking for other people and other places? Like, no, this works. It's worked very well. I'm just going to run it back.
Right. Yeah, I've been recording with Tom since 2018 when we recorded a single called Home. And I brought in, I think, over 20 different artists in there, either that I've collabed with or just bringing them in there. And I've referred a whole bunch more too. So I've definitely tried to bring him a lot of business over the years.
You brought me in there, right? And I knew Tom for years before that, but after hearing how well he had done on your stuff, where it was undeniable. It was like, well, yeah, this is definitely where I want to record my stuff. And I worked with a producer in Nashville and sent tracks out and kind of did it that way. And just not that I wasn't happy with it, it just wasn't like the visceral studio experience that I had wanted as well. Like I know I
Right.
can record at home, but it's a lot cooler to like celebrate this moment with my friends.
Right. And it's fun to work with somebody you know. There's just less pressure. You can kind of jump around and try different things out that you wouldn't want to be wasting time if you're paying to go out to Nashville. But Tom and I will write some parts on the fly in the studio that weren't planned. Like I've added theremin a few times, and that's never a planned thing. But we're just like, oh, I think a theremin that might sound cool. And we're sitting there fucking around with that for half an hour, and then we're like, all right, we got it down.
I was pretty
So
busy when I was there. I hit him on a Sunday. I was headed out of town and snow was coming. So I sat down with Tom and Diami Giroux was there and we recorded bass and drum tracks, the 5 songs, just hammered through it, right? Where it was like, man, I don't even care about the guitar tracks. Let's just get the base of this thing laid down, get that foundation. And then we can find better guitar players than me to play on this. So who do you call? You call Johnny Hastings up and say, hey, brother.
right.
Can you record some stuff at home and toss the tracks over to Tom to mix them? And man, this thing's coming together. It's incredible. I
Yeah,
love
no,
that you're
that's
working while you're doing podcast interviews, brother. That's a grind.
oh, I just was sending my coworker an email just to hold my calls for half an hour. That's all. But
Devin's not now; he's rock starring.
yeah, well, I got a day job, and that's where I'm at now. But usually, I've never used Johnny before for electric guitar. I've been doing a lot myself lately, but I've had Tom do quite a bit in the past. Tom does pretty much all the drums. I've outsourced drums to Josh Lehman before and to Mike Grosick on some special projects, but most of the time it's Tom on percussion. And then I try to do as much of everything else as I can. Sometimes he'll throw down a funkier bass line that I can put together. I've also had Scott Gooch do some bass before, and Clayton Ryan, of course.
It's so cool that we have and that's why I love recording out there is because I have relationships with a lot of these people for 20 years, right? And playing in the Black Hills music scene. And it's that benevolence, I guess, is what it is with the scene and the work that I've done there over the years. That if I ask somebody to be on my record, it's an honor for both them and for myself, right? To be included in these projects and this, 5-song EP or whatever you want to call it is a great testament to that, right? Having Diami and, I think I tapped Josh Marquis to help me out with some tracks. And obviously Tom's on it playing drums and God knows what else I'll have him play. Maybe I'll have him throw some theremin on my stuff too. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, theremin's kind of a unique instrument, only used, I've only used it maybe twice or three times total in all the years I've been playing.
Yeah, but most people
But it's
never use
fun.
one at all or even know what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Um, that's true. I think I used one for a song called Rejection on my first album. And then this Bare Bone Sessions I released last year, Last Responder had it on there. And then this new song is like a gypsy rock song. It's called Secrets, which I've never played it live, so I don't think anyone's ever heard it. And that one's super fun. I put some theremin on it.
Nice. That's 2/3 of my description of my genre. Modern gypsy rock is what I call my music, Devon.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so that's what that one's going on. And then I know, Dear Mama's coming out Friday, and I couldn't be prouder of this song. It's got some heavy material. It talks about alcoholism with an abusive father, a mother who's just at the breaking point and has to take action, and then it cuts to the years later and how that trauma affects the oldest son. And that's a really personal song, and really proud of that. And then in 5 weeks, I'll be having a song come out called Skeletons. It's kind of more fun. It's a love song I wrote for my wife. It's very 80s themed. It has some synth, which I've never done. And then after that, this summer, we'll have a few more, but I have a collaboration with Chris Graves called Coca-Ethylene. That's a lot of fun too. So it's a lot of new stuff coming, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, now that's an older tune, isn't it? The Coco Ethylene.
Wrote it last year-ish. I can't remember exactly when, but I
I
started
think we
writing it
played it
for
when 'cause
Lucy Moon.
yeah, we were on the same writers round at the Saloon Number 10 for Songwriter Fest this year, and I think he ended up playing that one.
Yeah, I did play that one. And we're finally going to release that. It'll be on this album. I originally started writing it as a Lucy Moon song, but Lucy Moon, it was just hard to keep a drummer because all of our band members were in other bands. I know Josh Lehman was our drummer there. He was playing bass for Brandon Jones, and then our original bass player was playing bass for Judd Hoos, and so it was just really hard to keep that afloat. But Chris and I still do some stuff together. We're going to do some more collaborations in the future too. So
Right. Well, and my love affair with Chris anyway. I can't wait for that one to come out. And yeah, man, you just keep on cranking. Your output has always blown me away. You just keep writing this amazing, amazing music, and I'm glad you tapped me to come on and talk about it today. I can't let you get out of here though without giving me an update on the baby boy, man. How's everybody doing at home?
everybody's doing great. Beckett has been climbing all over the furniture. He's starting to talk. So that's been just a wonderful experience. He's getting his own little personality now, and his older brother, Fletcher, he's 6 and in kindergarten, and he could not be a better, bigger brother. So it's just really cool that's where my life is at now. That's where I spend most of my time. I am going to try to do a lot more gigging, not necessarily in April, but in May. We got some stuff coming up. I'll be playing down in Colorado. I'll be doing an interview on the radio and playing music live down there in Denver, which is fun. Just a lot of stuff that's coming up. I'm trying to get up to Minneapolis in August. I'll be out your way in Sioux Falls in August, and just some other stuff
What are the
going on.
dates
So
for that? You got dates that you're playing already?
yeah, so I'm playing at the Dada Icon Center, the Dada Gastropub at the Icon Center. And that's going to be, I think it's August 16th. I can double check. I got it on my calendar here.
You trying
But
to hit that
August,
one on the way out or the way back? Because I just booked a big festival here at the Big Wood Brewery, August 14th. Going to spill some tea for everybody. We got Big Woodstock happening that weekend. I don't know if you're
oh, I
playing.
gotcha. Well, right now got Drifters on the 14th in August, then the Dada Gastropub on the 15th, and then 16th. I was trying to get out to either Bismarck or Minneapolis, but it's open. I'm waiting to hear back from two guys who wanted me to come up that way. But if you got something, let me know.
Well, maybe
Always, you
see if
know.
you could reschedule that Drifters one and come out to Minneapolis first and then work your way back that way. Maybe that'll work out.
Yeah, that could definitely work out. I'm just kind of doing a bunch of shows in different places strategically this time, where I have listeners because I have new music, and so I'm just kind of touring to support that, which is new. I've never put, I guess, that much conscious thought into a release before, and I'm really trying to do things. I guess there's probably no right or wrong way, but I'm just trying to do things better
Well, efficient.
because I think, yeah, I think this album, it's called Passing Strangers, but I think it'll be the best work I've ever done. It definitely has some of the best songs I've ever written, so I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah, man, to watch them all come out and just all this hard work that you've been putting in and the learning that you've been doing from, the live show to everything like yeah, this is going to be your best year yet, and it's only growing. And you got such a light inside of you, man. Since that baby boy was born, and you kind of turned into Devon the father, you're just a different person, man. You just smile a lot more. You got that light, not just outside, but inside of you. I'm sure you're feeling a lot happier with where life is, opposed to when we met in 2018. I was fresh out of prison, and you were kind of new to the Black Hills at that point, I think, as well. So it's been awesome to watch you grow, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. 2.5 years sober, so that's a big part of it too. And when you have little kids, it's hard to be out and about. So I wish I could support my local musicians and friends a lot more than I am right now. But a lot of times it's my wife works nights, so I'm just with the kids at night, and it's just hard to get out. But I do as much as I can, and now that the baby is no longer a baby, he's turning into a toddler, it'll get easier because babysitters and stuff can handle that much more. So
Right.
I plan on
Well,
seeing more people out
and there's
there.
more than just being at the show that supports, man. Sharing other people's stuff, right? When you see a friend's got a show, hitting that share button on your Facebook and putting it on your stories on Instagram, like that stuff matters. And it matters big time to see other artists supporting other artists. Like your channel's not just about you, your crowd will be into everyone else that's around you too, just because you say so.
Sure,
And I think the more we all get together and do, I mean, I've been doing that since day one, right? Like that was always me. That's how the scene projects grew so fast, is because I was already doing it all. I just wasn't calling it a podcast and then doing the Zoom thing, right? Like that just wasn't part of what I was, doing in the world. But now that it is, that's the reason we're, nominated for Content Creator of the Year. That's the reason that doors keep opening and relationships keep forming. But it's nice when you can go and water it, right? Like to me, the digital stuff is the planting of the seeds, and then when you get to go and tour and you get to go see that, that's the water, right? And then when we
yeah.
all get together in those festivals, baby, that's the sunlight, and that's when you really see growth and massive growth. And we're doing it all, man. So Devon, always appreciate you. Can't wait to hear the new song. And yeah, brother, thanks for being on the show. Plug everything one more time before I let you get out of here.
Well, Dear Mama came out. The soft launch was today, but you can definitely find it on all platforms. It's just Devon Sants everywhere. So definitely check that out. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I always appreciate that as well. And if you do listen to the new track, share it and tell me what you think about it. Because, like I said, this is a big part of my life that is hard to talk about, and it's very personal. But I think everyone will really relate to it in a way and enjoy it. So thank you.
No, appreciate the hell out of you, man. Give the wife and kids a big hug for me. Give your father-in-law a big hug for me as well. And
Yep, I'm going to see Bob this weekend, so I'll let him know
good.
you said
Well,
hi.
tell him Bubba Startz said hello. And man, I'm so happy for you and can't wait to hear a new song, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, see you later.